name is Jeff, or you can call me YoJay for short. Today we're going to do a tutorial on the iron Door-O-matic, the iron door that opens and stays open while you go through it, and then is released on a later button as you run through. So the thing that makes that work is the magic of this little beauty right here. This is the HerrSommer latch. Some of you may have figured that out, but this is the design that I use in this particular door setup. Basically how this works, it's a latch because it keeps information or keeps power going until it is released, and that is done by this torch here is lit, is powered, which powers this redstone, which then powers this block, which unpowers this torch, which unpowers this redstone. And so it's kind of like a circuit that is a circle. Yeah, a circle circuit. And it's the reason why it's called an HerrSommer latch is that R stands for reset and S stands for set. So one button sets it, the other button resets it. So we're going to use red to represent the R, and we're going to use cyan to represent the S. Because there's no colors that actually begin with the S, we're going to cheat and just use the sound of S for cyan. So I'm just going to put these little pieces of redstone in and give you a quick demonstration of how this works. If you haven't seen it already, there's plenty of tutorials online, and you can even check the Minecraft wiki as well. So if I push this button, nothing happens because I should start over here. This is the reset button. Push the reset button, the torches change direction, and then you push the set button and it puts it all back in place again. Try that again. Hit the reset button. It changes the direction of the HerrSommer latch, and you hit the set button and it sets it back up again. Power comes off of these pieces of redstone, and I'll explain that a little more as we go. So let's say you want to make an iron door. My suggestion is you want your door to be 2 blocks high, and all your wiring and HerrSommer latch will fit actually in 1 block space below this, and you'll have enough room for your flooring to cover everything up. And so what I'm going to do is just make a sample door like this, and it's going to look like an eye of a needle. So you're going to have to imagine that there's a building or a room around this. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put my iron door on, and I want to put my button on this side, and I don't think it matters what side you put your button on, but you might want to experiment with that. But this is the button side of the button side that I'm choosing. How about that? So I push the button and the door opens and then closes. And we're going to remove those 2 blocks below because that's where our wiring is going to hit. Now, keeping with our cyan and red wool, I'm just going to put these down to kind of explain how the wiring is going to go. Okay? Off the button side, we'll have the wiring come down this way, but off the other side we won't, and I'll explain that in a minute. So now you have your door, your button, and an idea where your wiring is going to go. The side that doesn't have the button, on this case it's the left side, you're going to come out 2 blocks, and you're going to start making your HerrSommer latch. Okay, and the second wool that I put down, part of the HerrSommer latch, will actually line up with the door. So if it lines up with the door, you know you've done it right. So now I'm going to continue making the HerrSommer latch, and I usually start with a torch next to the door first. Then I do the redstone out here, and I put the torch here, and redstone here. Okay, so there you have your HerrSommer latch, all set up in place, ready to go. Now we want to run power to this block here from our button. So off the button. Actually, I'm going to just lay the rest of this with cyan so we can see where we're going to go with it. Okay, so you understand how it works. And that goes to that block there. So when I push the button, it's going to add power to that block there. And as you can see, it's already switched. Now for this side, I'm just going to put one block of redstone. And then on top of this torch, I'm going to place a wooden block. Now, it's important to note that this is going to be your floor. So if you're going to do wool, or if you're going to do a different type of stone, you're going to want to place that there. Whatever your floor is going to be, you're going to place that there. What's happening is, instead of running wire from this block over to this part of the door, I'm actually just using this block to run the wire over. So the torch is giving power to this block, and then the block here is giving power to this redstone, which is then powering the block underneath the door, which continues to keep the door open. Okay? Hopefully that makes sense. We're going to continue. So now we've figured out how to get the door open, but now we can't get the door closed because we need to set the mechanism back up again. We need to set it and then reset it. So far it's been reset, but now we're going to set it. And the way we do that is off this torch, you're going to come off 1, 2, and then I'm going to open the floor up and put the red to represent the reset. Alright, and the reset's going to come this way, one block away from the RS NOR latch, and we're just going to do that. Boom, boom, boom. On this side, it's very important to go that far away because you don't want your reset button to be messing with your RS NOR latch and the wiring for that. On the other side, it's totally up to you. I tend to be more comfortable with about 5 blocks out. 1, 2, 4, and then 5. And then we're going to go out and meet this other wool on the ground. And we are almost done. I'm just going to take a moment here to set the time back to day so you can see what's going on. And I'm going to continue this around so you know where. This may be a little confusing right now, but as the pieces come together, it'll come clear, I'm sure. So we're going to go ahead and run the wire around this until it comes to the power here. And then I'm going to go around this side. So these will be the pressure plates that will shut the door behind us as we come in the room or leave the room. You can also use regular push buttons to do that as well. We got a little musical background to help us with the mood. I'm going to go ahead and put a block on top of that redstone, and again, whatever your floor is going to be, that's what you want this block to be. So I'm going to go with a wood plank floor. So I've just put a wood plank there, and I'm just going to connect this real quick so we know what we have. I'm going to go back over here on this side, put a block on this redstone, and then connect this floor to that block as well. Okay, I'm going to grab a pressure plate. Place a pressure plate there. And then I'm going to put a pressure plate there. So now I'm going to come out of fly mode. And walk over to the pressure plate. And you'll hear the door close behind me. Door is closed. I come to the door, push the button, door opens. I come out, hit the pressure plate, door closes. And then what you want to do is make the rest of your floor. And this is fairly simple on this side. On this side it's a little more difficult because you don't want to crush this wire or pinch that wire. So you need to come out this way a little bit and continue your wall out. then music's a bit loud. Hopefully I can turn it down in the editing, but we'll figure that out in a minute. And let's bring this up, bring this over, and there you have it. A single door RS door latch. Iron Door-O-matic. For those of you who would like not to use a wooden door, but have trouble with the figuring out how to wire the iron door. There you go. Door's closed. Open it. Close it again. Just that easy. Stay tuned and we'll do a double door system.